Hey there, folks. We are joining the holes as a test. We have to see if everything lines up, the bolts go through. See, the bolts are supposed to go through easy like this. Everything's supposed to, the way it's designed, it's simple. There's no bolts, no jamming stuff or cramming or having a hard time putting anything in. See right here? Same thing right here. The bolt. This is the permanent one. You can see it goes halfway between the two. That's got permanent. Everything's got a permanent 2x4 mahogany. And then we have this one here. And actually this I think is Lawton. Red Lawton. Maybe white, but it should be red's better. But anyway, this I think is Lawton. Then we got another mahogany piece that goes on the outside. A short piece across here. And it sandwiches this joint. So this joint doesn't, and I only have 2 fingers because I only have 1 hand. But anyway, so this joint doesn't do one of those or one of these in and out. So we got this sandwich, and of course with stainless steel on both sides, 3/16 by 3-inch stainless. And so we had a problem here where when we tried to put this one in, it actually wouldn't go in. Oh, trying to get it out, but I got all my bolts in. Crazy me. Here we go. Let me put this. I put this stuff because these are sharp and they'll scratch the paint. Someday the paint will get scratched, but not today. And let me check over here too. I'll show you what I had to do to make this one go in. And I swear I put this thing in several times before now. And yeah, there it goes in smooth. This one here is not going in smooth. Oh, yeah, it is. Maybe a dirt dauber nest or something in there. But what I had to do was, and I'll slide this out some. Let me grab it. And again, this should all be nice and smooth, but you can see we don't have perfect alignment here. This hole needs to go forward slightly. But there, I just grabbed it and pulled it. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a massive thing. But see what I had to do? I had to notch that board so that it would fit into this hole. That's the receptor over here. But I swear I put this thing in here many times and it fit. And my wife is telling me, no, it never fit. And it's like, well, if it never fit, I would have fixed it. I wouldn't just wait. But yeah, see now it goes in. And again, I can't do it from this side. I got to grab it there. But anyway, this now fits in the hole nicely. There's a little bit of extra room there. I may add epoxy here on this bottom of the hole someday. But for now, we're good. Actually, see, this here can go up more. There's a gap here and there's not a gap here. Like I said, this is kind of angled. It's actually both sides are going up some. So once in the ocean, you can flatten that out and everything moves simply. And then you can assemble this much more easily. All right, everybody, we got this one leveled out now. Pretty good. We're still, you can see there's a gap here and there's not a gap here because these are pointing basically down slightly, angled down. But this is our shim here that we use. You can see it's an angled block of wood. And we just slide it in more or less, depending on how we need to raise things up or let things down. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put these go-betweens on the back, and this is number 3. You can see 1, 2, 3 holes. You can see this is 1, 2, 3 holes. That should be in a line, but somehow it's not. We need to put, that's number 2. 1, 2, 3. So this is number 3. These are the little short pieces we put in back here, honey. That's number 2. You can put that on and put your bolts through. These are the little short pieces, like I said, that support this joint here, because there's no strength there. So instead of having 1 making the strength, we have 2 making the strength with the bolts and everything going through. See, like that. And then we sandwich all of this with stainless steel. See? So that's as good as we can get for now. So we will get stainless steel and put it in here. Honey, you got to put stainless steel on first. Stainless steel. Okay, so what we're doing is pure 100% configuration here. Not tightening it down. We know it'll tighten down, but we got to put the stainless steel on so that we know we're good here. So these are the stainless steel straps here, and they're numbered the same way. I can pick one up. The lizards are in here. These are dimpled the same way. See, this one here is dimpled 2. See right there? See the 2 little holes? So that goes over there. This goes here. You have to, okay, you got the bolts out. So this is 2. So it goes like this. Okay, and it's bent. So you have to, here. Okay, I gotta put the phone down, folks. And then we gotta kind of bend this back. It's just bowed slightly. Whenever you buff this, it curves it because the heat warps it. So we just gotta do a quickie straightening, and we'll be back sliding that stainless all the way to the other side of the hole, and you'll see. Paradise out. Hey everybody, we have got one side connected right here. And in the ocean, this will be much easier because everything floats and you can just push it down or push it up and it'll go up and down easily without any real effort. But we got the 2 plates here, or the plate with the 2 bolts through here. We've got this one here, right here, with the stainless going across here. Now this is a separate piece. It only goes from here to here. It's not connected inside the boat, but it's for strengthening this joint here, so this joint doesn't do a cracking motion. And we got 2 here to strengthen this section. Then we got our stainless steel plate on this side going all the way across over to here. You can see my hand. We got this bolt going through here, and we got a backing plate here that goes on the other side to sandwich this crossbeam support. We got the double connection here to this, effectively connects that stainless to this stainless. The back is the exact same, except where we have 1 bolt here, we have 2 bolts here because this has got more width, and we got kind of 2 halves. We got the 2 halves here. So we got these 2 bolts in. This is done. We got individual backing plates here about 4 inches by 3 inches that we put behind here with big washers. We got big heavy duty stainless washers. We got this one on. We don't have the stainless here because it might be in the back of the car. We don't know where it's at. That's a missing in action. But same thing here. This goes all the way through to there. This goes all the way halfway to here. We got the double plate. This is, like I said, this is the real joining thing that joins this stainless to that stainless, but it does it on the other side. So now, and what we have to do here, we have to put all these ones in here, because once this boat is too close, you can't get this in between here to slide it in. See how long it is? So we have to put the stainless on and the sliding crossbeam. So now we got to pick this hole up and line it all up and slide it over to here, with this going in here and that one going in there on this side. Right now it's on that side, so we got to pick it up and go over that to get on the other side. This one's got to be lined up too, and we're angled. That end's pointing left and we should be going straight. So we got some manipulation to do here. These are the sawhorses. We have to pick this up, move it over kind of inch by inch. We'll see how that goes. It'll be fun. So anyway, we will be back with this after it's over here. Paradise out. You can see everything sort of. There's our tarpaulin supports, minus the rafters. We got 2 rafters. You'll see that too, because that's another thing we're doing. Once we get all this on here, we'll put the joint, put all the rafters in and everything, make sure everything fits connected like this, and put the tarpaulin on, make sure it fits all the little hook points, and that they weren't too long or too short. So anyway, more stuff. Paradise How far back can I get? Paradise out, joining the hole, boys and girls. We had to stop joining on this side because this side here was a little bit too long, which seems impossible because we've done this before and it wasn't too long then, but for some reason it's too long. So we cut about 3/16 of an inch off here, epoxied it up, because of course then that once you cut it, it's bare raw wood and the water gets in and starts rotting everything from here down. So we sealed it all up with epoxy. I've got a filer, it's got some little edges on it and stuff. I'll smooth that all out. And the other thing we did was, I think this part here where we added epoxy in the hole here, we put a little too much here and that pushed it up and made it out of whack with lining up the holes. This hole in particular, that hole in particular, you can see where it's hitting. It's hitting right here, right here. Let me zoom. See that chip on the side there? That's where it's hitting because it needed to go, the outer board needed to go in more. We also may have some issues with stuff inside of here, inside of this hole here, where it actually goes into. But I will deal with that right now with the Dremel. I got a little Dremel here, this little toy thing here, that I wouldn't advise buying these, and I've given you this advice before. A small one like this, but it does its job, but it can only do light jobs. But the light jobs, it does okay. Plastic, not steel too much, although I've used it on aluminum and it worked, but it's a lot more work. But anyway, I'm going to go Dremel out that hole over there that you can't see. Now you can see it right there, and we'll be back with more. And we'll try to join these two. Paradise out. Alrighty, you know, we had to cut the end off of this about 3/16 of an inch and then epoxy it up and everything. I just filed all the little points and bumps off of the epoxy with my handy dandy little file. We Dremeled out this here to smooth this out. This, I think, elevated it too much. Even though it was down, the way that it was lifting it was this way and pushing it down, and you couldn't push this part down to get it level and straight. It was keeping it up on the far end. Dremeled out all this area here, cleaned all the little bumps in epoxy, because when you epoxy, there's bumps, there's humps, there's stuff, globs that you didn't see, especially in a hole like that. So I reached in there and felt all those and got those out. So now we're ready to insert this big boy into there and slide the holes together. This one seems to be sliding together okay, but we're not 100% sure because that hasn't gone in yet, I don't think. So anyway, this one next, and then that one. Well, and then we slide the whole thing in. Paradise. All right, everybody, we have now got everything on. We got all the stainless on, sandwiching. We got just a temporary nut here. I'm not using these self-locking nuts here because before we put these on, and one of them wouldn't come off. I mean, I couldn't get it off with any tool that I had, and I had to cut the bolt. But if they get stuck all the way up here, I got to grind into here, or if they get stuck on the back of here where I can't get into and can't see and can't grind, we're in trouble, or back there. So I'm using regular nuts with lock washers and hoping for the best. And it should work just fine because regular nuts work fine, but you could go into self-locking mode like that if you thought it was cool. So anyway, here's everything here. Okay, honey, we need to take this cover off. Now, you see up here, we don't have our rafters. So we're gonna put our rafters on here. And then we're gonna put the rafters on. And then after that, we don't have the tarpaulin with us right now, which is fine, but we need to set all this stuff up. And tomorrow we'll bring the tarpaulin, assuming it's not raining, and it looks not that rainy. Maybe over there, I don't know. But we're hanging in there for now. We don't have any rain at this moment in time. So anyway, next is we got two rafters, and you've seen it before if you've been following the build. They just have two fork-like fingers that stick down between that crossbar and this crossbar and that crossbar and that crossbar. At the top of the right before the curve, there's a little crossbar like that, and the fingers just drop down on there. And then we have two long poles that connect into that loop right there. If you can see the loop, that loop, they drop into there, and same back there, and then they interlock. There's a notch in the rafters, the center line. There's a notch, and they sit down in there like that, side by side. So anyway, I'm gonna go get a rafter, and we'll be back, and you'll see Paradise almost configured. All right, everybody, we got the rafters on, ready for the tarpaulin. So everything fit. The center line of these guys is a little bit off from the center line of this guy. It's over, I think, that way too much, about 1.5 inches or so. But that may be because of the angles of these guys. These guys may need to, this one may need to bend that way slightly, and that one may need to bend that way slightly. But these are all handmade stuff, so I mean, they look pretty good. As you can see, this one, if you line it up here, it kind of lines up there, but then as it goes to the top, it gets a little bit wider apart, so the angle, this is the one that's off mostly. The back one seems to be pretty much in line, but this one needs to go that way. But we can do a tweak somewhere along the line. So anyway, here's all the rafters, and tomorrow we'll get the tarpaulin out and put it on and make sure it fits now that everything is configured. Oh, by the way, the boat's joined all the way. And when we're in the ocean, it won't be this difficult. Not that it was super difficult, but it was still, we got to shim these things to get them level, where the water, we can just push it down or twist it or do whatever angle we need to do, wiggle it, and and get everything lined up. So we need to, honey, we need to actually get these back plates, find those back plates and put them on. I think I got some here, right here. Yeah, we got some here, but I think I need more. This is 2 back plates for this side, right here. We got 2 back plates for that side over there. 2 for the back plate on that side over there. And we got 1 here, and we need to drill a hole in this one. All of our other back plates are on. They're the wider back plates, and like I said earlier. And well, where's this back plate, honey?
This one here. There's one here too.
Okay, where's this back plate? Okay, well, one like that should be over here. Okay, so in this case, this smaller back plate, yeah, that one there will be this front back plate. We'll drill that one out. Yeah, that one goes here. Don't push the bolts out, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still going to go on because it's just 2 holes. They're the same distance no matter which direction you put on. There's the back plate there, and this effectively joins the stainless here to the stainless there, because the stainless obviously split here. The permanent beams are split here, so we got everything trying to cancel those splits out. So yeah, we need to drill another one to here. And so, okay, we got 2 here already. Okay. Okay, so we got, I'd use the bigger ones here. That's the same size, yeah. The bigger ones we'll use here. Okay, honey, reach under there and put those on. Slide them on the back, make sure they fit. And then this one too, we got to slide this one on the back and make sure it fits. Okay. And then we got an extra, boys and girls, but we do have to drill a hole, a 3/8 inch hole in this piece of stainless for the back plate here. It goes back here on this side. So we do a 3/8 holes right in the center, and then we should be good to go. So that's it, boys and girls. We got rod holders hanging out the front for the bait and weight, or just set your rod holder there while you relax and enjoy. We need to get the trampolines so and put them on. Hang on, folks. We'll be back with trampolines. Now we're getting deluxe. Very deluxe. Paradise. All right, everybody. I said we're configured except for the tarp, but that wasn't true. We're configured except for the trampolines and the tarp. So we've got the trampolines here. And we're not sure which one is which, but this one seems to fit the curve of the hole that way, and this one seems to fit the curve of the hole that way. They're not perfect. They're handmade, but this one is way off. This one needs to be, maybe we got this backwards. See, that's the wide opening there at that end, and this is the narrow opening back here because the holes are wide here and the points are all narrow there. So that leaves more of a space between the holes. So anyway, it's thundering like crazy and we better get out of here. So we're going to leave this as is for now. We'll actually take that trampoline and flip it upside down on this because we got a piece of 2x4 to cover it, because people will get drunk and think that's a bed. We've had that happen before. They climb on these things thinking that they can sleep here, sleep it off. But anyway, there we go. There's a shot of pretty much the skeleton and some other stuff. So it's gonna rain, and we'll be back with more from my Paradise home in Italian Island. Paradise out.